Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Winston. For this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build an expert advisor or build an EA without coding. I won't be using AI. I will be using a website called eabuilder.com. I've used this website before and I highly recommend it. So I wanted to go ahead and give a tutorial on how to build a EA without coding with this website. Now on the EA Builder website, and this is the homepage. And as you can see here, they have a video. This is pretty much a tutorial of how the website works. And if you scroll down, it will give some descriptions on what else they offer and how they operate. I highly encourage you to go on here and read some of this. All of this is helpful information, but I'm going to go ahead and get signed in, and I'm going to go ahead and start building the EA. Okay, so now I'm signed into my account, and I'm going to go ahead and click on new to create a new expert advisor. So to do that, I'm going to leave that as MT4. But as you can see, they have MetaTrader 5 as well as TradeStation. For this second option, the strategy is actually the EA, the Expert Advisor option, and then you can also create indicators, your custom indicators. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that. And here is where you can give a name, and down here is where you can give like a description of what you're doing. But I'm just going to go ahead and name my EA. I'm going to name it Daily Breakouts. So this will be a daily breakout expert advisor. So I'll go ahead and click on create. And before I actually start creating my expert advisor, I'm going to go ahead and go over to Trading View. As you can see, I'm already signed in and everything. And basically, I'm going to pretty much get idea of how I wanted to trade and show it on the chart. And I recommend you do this as well if you're going to be using this website or any other website to create a expert advisor. So since I'm going to be doing a daily breakout, I'm going to change my time frame to 1 day. All right, so that is now changed to 1 day. And I also want to add a indicator on here. The indicator that I want to use is going to be the moving average simple, or the simple moving average. So I'll go ahead and add that on there. So now that is on here, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the settings button right here and change some of the inputs. So I want to change the length from 9 to 5. The source I'm going to keep as closed, and then the offset is actually equal to the moving average shift on MetaTrader as well as Expert Advisor Builder or EA Builder. So I am going to use that. I'm going to change that from 0 to 2. And I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. So here you can see my simple moving average. And basically how I want my EA to trade is that anytime the price is above this moving average, whenever the price crosses above the previous candlestick high, I want a long order to be placed. And for the opposite, anytime that the price is below the moving average and the price crosses below the previous candlestick low, I want to place a short trade. So let's go ahead and program that on here. So I'm going to go ahead and do add condition. I'm going to say price. I'll leave that as bid is above. And we're going to scroll down to moving average. And for time frame, I'm going to change that from current to 1 day. And I did say for the moving average period, I want it to be 5. So that's where I put the 5. And then the offset, which was the same thing as the shift, I want to go ahead and put that in here as 2. And then I want to scroll down and make sure that the moving average method is set to simple. As you can see, they have the other options in here as well. So, but I'm going to leave that as simple. and then that is going to be my first condition, so I'll go ahead and press OK, and as you can see, it is listed up here. So now the second condition, I'm going to go ahead and program. So I want the second condition to be when the price, and for this I'm going to change this to the ask price. I want the ask price whenever it crosses above the moving average. I'm sorry, not the moving average. I'm going to actually change this. So when the ask price crosses above the candlestick on the 1 day chart, so I'll go ahead and change the time frame to 1 day. Candlestick index, I will go ahead and change that to, or leave that as 1, because that's basically saying the previous candle before the current candle. And I'm going to change the candlestick value to high. So this is basically saying when the ask price crosses above the candlestick, the previous candlestick high, a long order will be placed. So I'll go ahead and click OK on that. And now I'm going to go ahead and program my stop loss and my take profits. So stop loss is set up here. I'm going to go ahead and change that from 100 to 10 pips. And I want to make this editable within my Expert Advisor on MT4. So I am going to go ahead and check this box, and then I'll go ahead and add new input, and I'll put stop loss. I'll click on OK here, click on OK here, and to finalize it, I'll click on OK here. And as you can see, my stop loss has been programmed. And anything in purple means that it is set as an input, so that way you can edit that in MetaTrader 4. For the take profit, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll go ahead and check this. I want the take profit to equal the stop loss. I'll go ahead and click OK on that. But now I want to add some more to the stop loss option. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the green plus sign to extend the condition. And I'm going to use the multiplication sign. And then I will change this to value, and I'm just going to go ahead and put 2 here and make that an input as well. And for this input, this is going to be my take profit input. So go ahead and click OK. And basically what I did here is whenever a trade will be placed, the stop loss will be entered as the take profit times whatever number I choose here. So the stop loss, or I'm sorry, the take profit here is set to 2. So that means that if I leave this at 10, that means my take profit will be 20 because it's multiplied by 2. Alright, so this is my long order options. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my sell order options. I could go ahead and program everything manually like I did up here, but to make it easy, I'm going to go ahead and click on this magic wand button, and it will create the opposite conditions for my sell options. So I want to make a few changes here. So for the second, I want to change the price from ask to bid. So I'll go ahead and click OK on that, and it will change that. And I think that's going to be it for this. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the tabs to complete my EA. For the close tab, since I have stop loss and take profit entered, I don't have to put anything in here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to common. And as you can see, they have trailing stop options. I'm not going to do that for this EA, but I am going to do magic number. I'll go ahead and leave that checked. So basically you want to check anything that you want to add to the EA. So I'm going to check time of day. I am going to do 0200 hours to 2300 hours. And basically for this, that means that I want my EA to only trade during these times of the day. Days of the week I'm not going to change, but if you did want to change that, and then let's say if you wanted to only trade on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, you can do that by selecting that. I am going to go ahead and select next trade or next open trade after, and I'm going to do 1 day after previous trades open, I don't want it to trade multiple times during the day, so that's why I will go ahead and check that option. Maximum spread, I will go ahead and change, or I'll go ahead and check and change that to 1. Pretty much the reason why I want to do that is because if there is a time where the market is volatile and there's a news event or anything like that, if you set a maximum spread, it won't trade during those times. So if you have this set to, let's just say if you have this set to 2 and the spread was 3 pips, there will be no trade plays because you have it set to 2. And some of these I am going to set as inputs and make those editable within the Expert Advisor within MT4. So the next option, and this will be my final option that I'm going to change or to check off, is maximum open trades. I only want 1 trade open per pair that I'm trading. And they do have some more options down here. Let's take a look at those real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next tab, which is money management. For money management, I want it to be risk per trade, so I want to risk 1% per trade. As you can see, they have fixed lot sizes and then they have position sizing, which is similar to the risk per trade. Alerts, I'm not going to click anything, but I'll just go ahead and explain a little bit, a couple of the alerts. So the audible alerts is if you want your MT4 to make a sound and give you a notification for orders on your computer and then send to email, you can also have that set up to where if trades are being placed with your Expert Advisor, you can have an email sent to you. And then notifications is if you have the MT4 mobile app on your phone or on your tablet, you can have that set up to where you will get a notification on your tablet. So I will go ahead and to the next tab, which is inputs. So I do want to make magic number an input. I want to make time of day from an input. I do want max spread to be an input, and my final input, I want to have money management percent. So I'll go ahead and check that. And then the source tab, this is the code. So I just made an Expert Advisor, and here is the code for that Expert Advisor. And this is the code that you will have to copy and paste into the meta editor from your MetaTrader 4. I'll go ahead and show you that on the next part in this video. Okay, so now that you have your code, you will want to go ahead and click on the copy button, and then you will want to do Control plus C to copy, and when you're ready to paste, you will do Control plus V to paste. So I'm going to go ahead and do Control plus C. Once you have your code copied, you can go ahead and open up your MetaTrader. And before I go ahead and add the EA onto my MetaTrader, I want to go ahead and point out your Expert Advisors will show up on this list down here. As you can see, I only have 1 Expert Advisor right now, which is the high and low Expert Advisor. So once you're finished, your Expert Advisor should show up here. But I'm going to go ahead and continue. So once you have your MetaTrader open, you want to go ahead and click on Tools. And then you will want to go to where it says MetaQuotes Language Editor and click on that. Once you click on that, another window will pop up for the MetaQuotes Language Editor. So for some reason, I could not record on the Meta Editor, so I went ahead and took a few screenshots instead. And I will go ahead and walk you through this. So when you're on this screen, you will want to click on the new button that is located on the upper left hand corner of the screen. Then it'll take you here. You'll want to go ahead and keep this at Expert Advisor and click on Next. Then you'll want to give your Expert Advisor the name, the same name from eabuilder.com. On this screen, you don't have to change anything. Click Next. Same thing on this screen, you don't have to change anything, you can just click Next. When this window pops up, you can highlight everything here and you can go ahead and delete everything. and your screen should look like this once you have everything deleted. Then you can go ahead and do Control V or copy that code from EA Builder inside. Then you'll want to click on the compile button located at the upper part of the screen. Okay, so once you hit the compile button, you can go back to your MetaTrader and you can click on Expert Advisors, and as you can see, the daily breakout has been added. Now the next thing that you'll want to do is test your Expert Advisor. So I am going to go ahead and close the navigator window, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this icon here that has the magnifying glass on it, and this is called the strategy tester. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and this will open up the strategy tester, and I want to go ahead and make this window larger. So this is what you will use to actually backtest your strategy or backtest your Expert Advisor. So what you'll want to do is make sure that this is selected to the Expert Advisor, and then from the drop down menu I'm going to change this to the daily breakout, and you can choose what Forex pair that you want to test. You can also test other things such as gold, Bitcoin if your broker offers that. So I'm going to go ahead and select Euro USD. For the model, I'm going to leave this on every tick. It's the most precise method used to backtest. They do have some other options here, control points as well as open prices only, but I'll go ahead and select every tick. And then you want to have the use data checked, and then you will want to go ahead and put in a time frame that you want to test for. So I'm going to do a back test from, let's see, I'll do January 1st 2023 to June 1st 2023. And as you can see, this here is in year, month, and day format. You can also select the calendar next to here and select dates on the calendar as well. For visual mode, if you were doing a single test, it will pop up in a separate window. I am going to go ahead and show you this now. So I'll go ahead and click on visual mode, and this here is the speed bar for that. And when the test has started, you can pause the test if you need to. And over here, the period that I'm going to test on is the daily period. You can also select from the other time frames. And then for the spread, you can type in a spread, or you can select current from the drop down menu, and that will use the current spread that your broker is currently offering. So I'm going to go ahead and use the current spread. And the main other options that you will want to use is the expert properties. So I'm not going to click on this now. I'll go ahead and do that on the next step. But since I have visual mode checked, I'm going to make my window smaller now. Small enough for the window to pop up above. But I also want to make sure that these are still visible, because if I close this too much, some of the options are not visible. But I do want them to be visible, so I wanted to go ahead and leave some room for those to be visible. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on Start. And as you can see, the window has popped up on there, and this will start my test. And if you look over here, you can see that the numbers are changing, and that is the price changing. I'm going to go ahead and speed this test up by clicking on here, pressing and holding, and turning this all the way up to 32, and that will speed up the test. I'm also going to go ahead and click on the magnifying plus sign, so that way we can zoom in to get a closer look at what's happening. And right now we're just waiting to see if any trades will be placed. So right now a trade has been placed, and it looks like that first trade resulted in a loss. and the second trade has been opened here. That second trade resulted in a profit. And we're going to see what happens here. Okay, so it looks like the trade is going sideways. Or the pair is going sideways. Alright, so it looks like that resulted in another profit. So I'm actually going to stop the test here. And I'm going to go ahead and make this window larger. And here I'm going to go ahead and go down to the results. If you click on the results tab, this will show you all of the trades that were placed. So as you can see, the stop loss values are placed here, and the take profits values are placed here. And then your profit will be placed here. So it looks like on the first trade we lost $6.01. The second trade we gained $11.76. The third trade we gained $11.48. And when I stopped the test, it was resulted in a loss of $1.74. And it looks like the profit that we made altogether was $15.49. If you click on graph, this will give you a visual representation of your trades. To the bottom here is the number of trades, and then to the right here is the value. And then the report gives you also some statistics. So the initial deposit was $1,000. Total net profit $15.49. Profit factor was 3.0, which is very good. Profit factor is something that is very important when you're doing testing for EAs. So anything above 1 means that you resulted in a profit, but anything you want to try to test to make sure that your profit is at least 1.5 or greater. I would say 1.5 or greater is good. If you can get a 2, that's even better. Since I only did 3 trades and I stopped the test, that's why my profit factor is so high. And as you can see, there's some other statistics here: gross profit, gross loss, and all that good stuff. So I'm actually going to end the video here. I just want to show you how to build an expert advisor without coding, and so that is just a example of that. Okay, so I know I probably went through the video fairly quickly and probably rushed through some of the steps, but I just really wanted to show you all how to actually build the EA and to add it on to MT4. As far as the testing goes, I didn't spend a lot of time with the testing because testing and optimization requires a lot of extra steps that I want to show you in a later video. So I will be demonstrating that in another video and going into detail on that, because after you purchase any EA or after you create any EA, you always want to do some testing and optimization, and you want to spend some time doing that. So I am going to be creating another video on that. But I appreciate you for staying until the end. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more information and videos like this.